Hello and welcome back to the Chaos Channel daily episode thing. We need a name for this. I'll come up with something. It needs to be catchy. Everybody's got their catchy stuff. Ooh, we're not on the computer today. No, this is real life. And this is UV. Yeah, it works better actually. It's so much easier to adjust for UV lighting than it is to adjust for regular lighting, especially when I'm going to be doing some drawing and stuff. Because the contrasts, they just work better. We're taking a break from the motor assembly. I have some ideas for the tail section. Tell you what, let's just start sketching. We'll talk about it. There are multiple ways we can do this. We can either have your yoke for your handlebars, which goes down, and like with a normal bike, you'd have your tank section, you'd have your seat, and then you'd have the tail, and that's how you'd have your normal bike. Shows up quite nicely. So normally you'd have your frame like so, and that would be your frame, and then the tail section would be a sub-assembly. A monocoque would have this whole frame as one piece, but that has its own issues when you're manufacturing it. You're dealing with a very large object that you're trying to manufacture all at once, and there's quality control issues making sure all of it is structurally as strong as it's supposed to be. And the other issue is we're not building a frame for a conventional motorcycle anymore. We're building a frame for an electric motorcycle, and we don't even have an engine or a gearbox or a tank. Those are all gone. What do we do? And the idea that I've had is to do a spine. So we have the yoke section, and then we need some sort of... This is like, what do you do now? You don't have a tank anymore, so what do you do here? It's an empty space now. And you don't want to put your batteries here because you want them low down as much as possible, keep the center of gravity as low as possible. So the best thing to do is have it as like a storage compartment. Storage compartment where you can add additional batteries if you want range extenders or something. So we'll make the frame in this area the same as a traditional frame, but where it differs is I want it to come off like so. And then you've got your seat section, but this is all still the same piece. Seat section needs to thicken up here for the pelvis of the spine. Attaches to the lower section of the bike, your tail section, something like that. And so you'd have mounting points here, here, and here. Possibly another one here, where you can have the framing for the bike. I don't know. It's a difficult thing to decide. I mean, we're literally reinventing the motorcycle here. Whereas the previous motorcycle, its shape, its form, its frame, everything was dictated by the components that went in it. But the components we're putting in an electric motorcycle have no, nothing dictates how they need to be put in. We have no rules about this. It's not been done. There's no standard. There's no precedent. Aside from putting a motor inside the wheel, we don't know what to do with the batteries. We don't know how to do the frame. We don't know, like, the tank. The tank's gone. I'm even doing away with the forks. We're going with the front end swing arm. So all the control systems need to come down the side, which means if you're having two swing arms, you need to have a really beefy bottom section here. Let's go get some inspiration. Let's jump back on the computer and we'll go on Google and just look at some Google images and get some inspiration, look at some references. Alright, so it's just a simple case of motorcycle concept and we see what we get. Now, right off the start, I love these two. So we'll just drop those into a new tab. This is one of the current electric motorcycle designs that's just a concept. Like, it works, it's a working concept, but ooh, we'll grab that. Pretty close to what we're trying to get to. See, I've got this like form in my mind, but it's very hazy. Like, it's a shifting shape. It doesn't have this as well. I'm not a big fan of all this edgy. Oh, this right here. That is so hot. What else we got? This is Yamaha's new EV concept. I don't know whether or not they're actually going to do it or not, but it's really cool. I hope they actually do it. At the moment, we're just trying to get a form for the chassis, so we're not looking at any kind of like, is it going to be angular or is it going to be really swept with smooth lines, or what sort of things we're doing about that. That is Aggressive. It's really aggressive. Yeah. Choices. I'm not really seeing anything else. So, ooh, that's nice. I like that feature there. So we'll grab that picture. See, they're having the same problem. They just don't know what to do with that space where the tank used to be. It's like, what do? You just make it empty? Make it a utility space? Put a cargo thing in it? Where you can store your helmet, maybe? Neat concept from BMW, but notice they're just completely ignoring the practicality of it. Where are their batteries? They are not fitting enough batteries to run a motorcycle in this design. The total number of batteries in the current design for the upgrade I'm doing to my dirt bike is about 1,000 18650 lithium-ion batteries. 1,000 of them. 954 to be precise. So yeah, waiting for that one thing to jump out and then just set me going. It'll be like a little spark of inspiration. Too much. We need to keep it as simple as possible to keep the price down and to keep manufacturing as simple. Okay, that's the end of the page, so I'm going to grab those pictures that we've got and throw them into Photoshop and we will pick them apart and see what we like. Okie dokie. Alright, so we grab them all in a Photoshop scene. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through and grab features that I like, and we're going to start from the tail section and the top and the tank area and work our way down. I really like this. I've always loved the cafe racer style motorcycles. I've always wanted a cafe racer motorcycle, but I love motards. I love that cross between the dirt bike and the street tire, because I own a motard, and the riding is the enjoyment I get from riding a motard, the maneuverability, the control, it's just amazing. The agility on the motorcycle is like amazing. I love it. So the bike I'm designing is going to have elements of motardness, cafe racer, and then performance sports bike. So we're going to go with this sort of hovering top section of the spine. I'm actually going to call it a surfboard or something along that line, the board, the pan, or whatever. So we're going to have something like that. So we come over here. Just turn this slightly so that I can work. So the tail section, I really like that swooping, really simple line. Not aggressive enough. Need just a little bit more aggressiveness to it. It doesn't say sexy. You know what I mean? Like, a line has to be sexy. You make a line, it's gotta be sexy. We want just a little bit of up flick on the tail. Comfortable seating area. And then just like that. That looks better. Well, I like that. Right, next up, I mentioned that I really liked this section up here. See how this, where the tank would be, is now become this sort of trestle frame type deal. I really like that. So what we'll do is we'll end it off here where the yoke would be. Alrighty, so we took a screen grab and I've just chucked it into Photoshop quickly so we can do some subtle adjustments. Alrighty, so jumped into Gunnar. I'm just going to get this set up. We're not actually going to do it today. I'm going to keep going and record the next episode for tomorrow so that I can start building up sort of a backlog of episodes in case I have to miss a day and then I've got an episode to put up anyways. Probably a good idea to get ahead of myself. So we're just going to get the scene set up so you can see how I'm going to go about it, and then we will call it a day for today and I will see you guys again tomorrow. So let's get started. Yeah, okay, I just had a cool idea in my head. I will show you tomorrow. You'll get to see what I'm talking about. Maybe. We might get that far. I don't know. It's going to be a lot of modeling. Alright, so I've been Chaos, and thank you for joining me on this episode number 2 of Chaos Daily with the e-bike project. And as always, like, subscribe, expect the unexpected. Until next time, see you later.